Conference will now be recorded.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Listen.
Evening, thank you for coming. This is the last regular scheduled meeting of the town board for this year. There is one other type of meeting that is typically staved up and was put on the organizational minutes for the last day of the year. Those are bill pays meetings. So it'll be formally noticed and it's open to the public, of course, but the only thing we propose to do is to pay the last set of bills so we can start closing things out for the year. So these things over here, the claims audit that we go through at once a month, we're just going to do that and hopefully not have to deal with anything else at the time.
When is that?
We got to discuss that. It says the 31st on our, but it has a double asterisk at the organizational meeting. So that means we can discuss that. So thank you. Approval of the minutes. So we have a motion to approve the minutes from last month.
Make it.
Darren makes it. Is there a second? Any discussion? Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Now, I did have guests TBD because I left that sort of open for the guy with the electric. You never heard back from him? Okay, so it says TBD and it's now checked that one off. Reports from the departments. We have two written reports again, and Rui is here for the highway department. The first is, let's do Ed's water department report dated 12/9/2025. Whiteface is starting to pick it up, so there's 61,000 gallons to Whiteface, and the daily average is 2,000 gallons. If the gallons produced in Water District 1, it's 1,880,000, 1.9 million, I'll round up. Gallons produced, the daily average is 157,500. And he lists the samples. He did talk to me about the fact that we discussed repairs to the reservoir wall. It was not successful to get those repairs completed this year, obviously, and so he'll follow up next year with the board on the status of the repairs that need to be done to the reservoir wall. Doug. So Doug is giving us basically 6 new building permits issued, $1,476 in fees collected. He's got 59 open permits. He's did 20 plus site visits in November. We have a short-term rental update. We have 150 active permits. The to-date collection of fees for 2025 is $46,950. The total fees collected, that's since the beginning of time, is 139,400. We have a waiting list for the STR permits. They have 2 incomplete applications, and he anticipates 2 permits will be dropped off at the end of the year. So there'll be 2 spots available for the people who are on the waiting list and have complete applications. So that's it for the building department. Willie,
Hi there.
how are you?
Good. I just wanted to give everybody an update. I sent you a text message that our main truck that does 86 and 431 broke down. The 2016 Western Star. That got towed away Friday. It looks like something broke through the rear end on the truck on the first axle. So they're looking at that tomorrow morning. I'll keep you updated what that is. Update on that.
In the meantime, I noticed a truck going back and forth, on Route 86. You have a backup truck.
Yep, our backup truck is up and going, so we're good so far. I also wanted to give you an update on the the John Deere tractor that we sent out for the John Deere, second gear is gone in it. So they said to fix that and to put a new clutch in it, because it's never had a new clutch in it. It's gonna look to be around $9,000 or $10,000 to fix that too. I talked to Nicole, and this year in my budget line, I made 24,000 with the county that hasn't been spent yet. I also, on my equipment line, I have 34,000 in that for equipment that we can use to pay for the truck and the tractor. And my fund balance for the highway is 300,000. So.
For this year?
Yes, for this year. Well, it was last year, from last year.
It's all time.
Yeah.
That's what's in savings.
Yeah, he's accumulated over time.
Over so many years, but it's at 300,000 right now.
Right.
So we look like we'll be all right with, I don't know what the repair on the 16 Western is gonna be, but,
And you don't want to guess?
no.
Okay.
Those trucks are built to plow, and the rear ends are, hopefully we have it back this winter. I'm hoping, so. I'll keep you updated on that, but I'd like to get permission to get the John Deere fixed for spring, because that's our boom tractor. And then it mows in the summer, so I'd like to go ahead with that approval, to get that fixed. And then I'll let you know about the truck, what that's gonna cost, but that's our main truck, so. And, also too, the generator at the highway department, we checked that for its yearly service, and the fan on it blew apart and hit the radiator and cut the radiator hose on it. So that is down. And it's a Briggs and Stratton, and we've tried to get the parts for it and we're having trouble. So Hometown Electric in E-Town is a distributor and a dealer for those. So they will be here December 28th to take a look at it and see if they can get us back up and running on the onboard generator up there.
How often has the generator been asked to kick on?
It kicks on every Tuesday just to test it out. But it's the power out on Bonnie, whoever lives on Bonnie View knows the power's out all the time on Bonnie View Road. So it's very important. So it's in a month, probably a couple times it's on. But it's only 3 years old. The new one was put in when the highway garage was redone. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, we looked the warranty up, and the warranty was done in September, so. Which, that's a general fund thing too, so.
Yeah, that's right. It
Buildings and,
belongs to the town.
yeah, so, that's general funds for you guys.
Okay.
And other than that, we've been plowing, maintenance on the trucks, fixing stuff. We helped with the Christmas decorations. And then John talked to me, we're gonna pull the tarps on for the ice skating rink on hopefully Friday. They've been, for them too, they've been busy right out straight too, so. Bunch of equipment, so.
So do you have a written estimate for the repair to the
I
John
do
Deere?
not have a written one, no.
And that you won't be needing it again till the spring?
The spring is when we use that tractor, that's for cleanup.
Okay, so I'll suggest we get a written estimate and then,
Okay.
then present it to the board after that.
And I'll keep you updated on the truck, because that's a decision that needs to be made.
Yes.
As they give me the estimate on it.
Favor the only thing, I mean, if he's got money in this year's budget line item, I'd like to get it passed for spending, say like up to $10,000. So it can come out of this year's budget and not come out of next year's budget. So I think we should make a resolution to spend up to $10,000 on the John Deere. Louis seems like he felt comfortable that would cover that repair. So it can come out of this year's budget rather than have to try to come out of next year's budget and mix up money when he's got the money in there for this year. So I would like to make that resolution, pay for the John Deere up to $10,000 out of this year's budget.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, discussions or questions among the board?
Where did the $10,000 number come from?
It came right from John Deere themselves.
Okay.
That's at their shop now. They have to pull the tab off it, and they have some of it already pulled apart. I could send them, I can have them send them.
No, that's fine. No, what we're just, we're basically, we're encumbering that money. So we're saying that this year, this money is being reserved out of this year's budget, and it's for the purpose of paying a bill that we're expecting to get in the new year.
Plus, if the tractor's already there, tore apart,
Yeah.
we don't want them to put it back together, put it outside. If it's already halfway tore apart, it only makes sense to get it fixed now.
That's a good point.
That'll come out of your machinery budget?
Yes.
Okay.
Or I could take that out of my, budget for what I make for the county. So we budget said I'm gonna make 20,000 every year for the, county, and this year we're at 24,000, so we can take it out of that too.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
Okay, Tim,
Yes.
Darren,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Tina, Favor?
Yes.
I'm sorry, so 10,000, and then if it's more, we make another resolution? Is that how
Up to
that?
$10,000 is where I'm gonna
Okay,
write it
thank
as.
you.
Can I ask one more thing, Louis?
Sure.
I can't remember if we actually did it or not. Last month, you asked to have your spending increase to the 3,000 to
Yes.
buy tires. Did we actually make that resolution or no?
No.
So I would also like to make the resolution that Louis can spend up to $3,000 without getting board approval, so he can buy tires and things like that that continue to increase in expenses.
So there's a motion. We have a second, please. I'll second it. Discussions, question?
We usually do that at the organizational meeting. One of the things we discuss or acknowledge and vote on.
Something like that can be changed at any time throughout the year, depending on his purchasing requirements. And he said that this has been an issue for a while, and I'm not sure why we didn't act on it last month.
Anyway, Dave.
I'm not in favor of it.
Okay, so let's, roll call vote, please.
Okay, Tim was no. Darren,
Yes.
Laura,
I'd like it to come before the board, no.
Tina. Yes. Favor?
Yes.
34 to against.
The other thing too is with the truck, I can't wait a month for that decision on getting it fixed, so email or text message on what the price is and to get it fixed too, is that all right, or is waiting a month is not good for a main plow truck?
I have no problem with making a resolution now to get it fixed regardless of price, because we really don't have an option. It's a $250,000 or $280,000 truck that we can't not afford to get fixed either way, so. You want to make a resolution on that as well?
No. I mean, it's just a blank check right now. I mean, we need to, we need to have some sort of idea of what the amount of money is. And, so, it's just us sitting here saying, okay, we promised to do what in the future. And then next, the next time it comes up, we'll just sit there and say, okay, nopes, yes, it's too much money. I mean, I agree, we need it right away, but I'm suggesting instead that Louis sends out the estimate and that the board meet and determine to approve it as soon as possible, as soon as it gets out. I mean, it's kind of blank check.
Just one quick question. For the board to meet, isn't there like a 2-day window where the meeting is scheduled and then the meeting can't occur for 2 days after the supervisor calls it?
Well, special meetings are a couple varieties. There's your generic special meeting, which is, that's the 2-day thing, but then there are also emergency meetings, which you don't need to necessarily follow the 2-day rule.
Can we do emergency meetings?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Can
saying.
we also just, if you, up to a certain dollar amount, we can verbally, all agree to have it done without making a special meeting? I mean, we've done that before where we've answered via email that yes, we approve, and it's just a formality at the meeting to get it done.
Okay.
I'm asking,
No, I've never liked the email meeting stuff. I don't think
not
I've.
really an email meeting, it's just saying, yes, we agree to have it, get it fixed.
Well, I'm being, whatever
I
the
think we
vote-
just call it a
what-
special meeting. It wouldn't take long, and it's the legal thing to do if we have the amount. And I mean, I don't think any of us would know how much that it costs to replace a rear end on a $280,000 truck. So I think it would be eye-opening for us to have some information.
As long as it's, as soon as we get it, I mean, I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask you guys to do it, so. There's a truck that's, taken its place in 2011, so
And what happens if that goes down?
then roads are taking even longer
For
to
the
get done.
miles.
Well, if we can have the meeting the next day after the estimate comes in.
Yeah,
I think-
that worked.
I personally don't mind, tentatively agreeing to or essentially agreeing to things via text message or email and then ratifying it and confirming it at the meeting. If that's not what ought to be done, I also understand that. But I think,
So where are we at?
I think we're gonna have a special meeting.
Yeah, that's fine, that works. When I get that
Nobody made a
email,
resolution about this?
And if we can have it the next day.
Yep.
Just to see what it is. Yeah, I thought my last work.
Anything else for Louis? Anything else for us, Louis?
Nope.
Okay, thank you.
I just had a question for Louis. The CHIPS funds, it doesn't look like it's hit our account yet. Do you know when that you're expecting that?
It's the state, so who knows? I have no idea.
Okay.
A lot of times too, they're a year behind on stuff. So you see when we do cleanup and stuff, you usually see a check for around 5 or 6,000. And usually it's the year before, or the past year that we get paid. It takes a while.
Months, not years, right?
What's that?
Months, not years.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
months. But they're usually as close to the first of the year before you get paid, even for the cleanup that we did in May.
And can you remind everybody what you spend the CHIPS money on yearly, how many miles of town roads that we have, and how many years it would take to repave all of those roads using that money?
So the town budgets 30,000 of our money for paving, and then the rest of the money we get from the state. So according to miles and stuff. So we, to do a mile of road is basically $100,000. So, I've been here 26 years and I just won another election. So another 3 years, there'll be roads in our town that haven't been paved with the money that we get. So.
That's like full paving, like down to the ground, right? Not the skim coat or whatever the heck that is, right? You're
Well,
talking
I
about,
normally do 2 inches on every road.
okay.
That has been around 100,000 for a mile.
And which road was the last one that you did?
Bill Huber Road. Our next road next year will be Indian Rock. Yeah, that road's pretty rough.
I think Darren asked, and it's a good question, never occurred to me. Do you know how many miles of town road we have?
Yes, we have 18.
18 miles of town road.
Yes, yeah. So like Steve just said, it's 36 lane miles because when they average everything out, it's down and back. And overall in the winter, we do 60 miles of one way. So that's lane miles. So it's down and back what they consider what they give us money for.
36 lane miles.
Yep, up town roads.
And that's the 100,000 per mile is both lanes?
Yes.
Okay, so 50,000 one way.
Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
I have a question I've been thinking about the past few months, totally unrelated to anything we've been talking about, but kind of related to like the width of the roads, the width of the right of way.
Yep.
What is that width for town roads?
So a road is, a legal size is 20 feet.
Okay,
From the center line, our right of way is, from the center line, it's 24 feet from the center line.
on each side.
Yes.
And is that the same with county roads? Or?
I do not know the county or state what theirs is. I know what ours is.
trying to think about bike lanes and sidewalks.
Yeah, so with that, bike lanes and stuff, so if you consider like county roads and stuff, county roads and state roads, I mean, you have to have permission to do anything on their roads there. Like when we work on their roads, we charge them, and then I ask permission to work on them.
Right.
So that's all.
Right.
Town roads are mine, so I can make those decisions, but county or state, that's, paperwork and
Right.
a lot of, I remember this bike lane down here, it took like 4 years.
Right.
To get approved, engineering, all that stuff.
But it was within the existing right of way.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and actually this road, they moved the road over 2 feet on that side. So pretty much they moved the road over and just added 2 feet to that one side and then repainted the line so they had enough room on Springfield.
Thanks.
So, yeah, and anything you do on their roads is permission and permits and stuff like that for regular road maintenance. So I call the general foreman and he gives me approval over the phone to do anything. But in the winter, we have a contract to take care of their roads. So in the winter, I just plowing and sanding and snow and ice, we just take care of it. We don't get permission to do that. They pay us to do that already.
I understand that trying to add a bike lane to for example, a county road would be
Yes.
a lot of
Yes.
bureaucratic rigmarole.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm just curious if it's within the right of way, at least that's another bottomless morass of bureaucratic rigmarole that we wouldn't have to go through.
Yeah.
And we would just have to get the county's approval. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking about.
engineering and all that stuff. And then some roads you look at it and people think you're taking their property, so.
That's what I'm talking
Yes.
about. Right. No, I understand.
And there's also, when we did Springfield Road, there was also some issues with utilities. For example, fire hydrants would have been moved and things like that. That also became an issue when we did.
Yeah, I think that was like 4 or 5 years, wasn't
It took a while.
it? Yeah. It was.
None of this stuff is as easy or fast or straightforward as one might think.
No.
Right.
Thank you. Next, we're going to reports from board members, and Tim is up first.
I wanted to mention, Dawn, you had resolutions you want us to make today?
Yeah, she's got them. It's to correct. I don't know if you saw them.
I did.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, but I wasn't sure if I had the printed. Were you planning on doing this during the report?
I was just not reports, I was just gonna mention it during business.
Okay.
That's all.
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't forgotten. I don't have much to report, I don't think. I just want to say that I'm excited to take office in January. As I said last month, I have a lot of plans, and for all the things I said while I was running for office, and I'm not going to talk about them much now, but we will be definitely talking about them soon. I am going to be looking to cut spending as much as I can, and I plan on leading by example on that. The two things I have to announce are that one, we're planning on having the organizational meeting, the annual organizational meeting on January 2nd at 6 o'clock. You know, if any of these, if this is a real issue for you, just let me know. Last year, having the organizational meeting and the regular monthly meeting at the same time in January did not work well. It was over 2 hours, and I think it makes a lot more sense to do them separately. And we're also planning on having a town hall forum here, town board meeting, just to let people talk, ask us questions, tell us what they think. We do plan on listening to the townspeople and acting based on what we hear. So that will be on the 22nd at 6 o'clock, and that's another special meeting in January. I think the only other thing I want to announce is that HEAP applications are now available. That's not something that I know much about at all, but I did get a question from a resident about their HEAP application. and if they could apply and when they could apply, and they can apply now. And I think that's all I have to report this month. Thank you. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Darren?
I don't really have much to report. I talked to Louis quite a bit about his issues and his truck problems. As he said, he's been busy plowing snow. Had a couple of conversations with John. John seems to be handling everything, but he said it has been a busy fall and his skating rink is going to be up and going pretty soon, earlier than normal with the weather that we've been having.
Yeah, it's cold enough.
So those are all positive. Other than that, I'd like to just say thank you to all the town employees over the past year for all their time and dedication. And we look forward to 2026 and we'll see what happens. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura?
I attended the webinar on the TAP Transportation Alternatives Program through the DOT because I was going to meet with Louis, but then the truck flew apart. But we were going to talk about some ideas. But then I found out during the webinar that the minimum grant is $500,000 and it has to be supplied by the town first. And then they would get reimbursed, put in for reimbursement, and the town's responsible for 20% of it. So there were some amazing ideas that we could utilize, we could go forward with, but I don't see how we would find that money, number one, and it would be a lot of money to put towards something in a very short period of time. They need everything in, like the pre-application is due the middle of January. So I think it was a heavy ask, but it was an informative webinar. So that was one thing. I talked to Kevin Rowland at the State Comptroller's office about, just understanding things as far as, like tax cap and local laws and override or not override. And he gave me some really good information for next time that it comes up, because, I've been meaning to talk to somebody about that and what, you can on paper, but when I talked to him, it was a little bit clearer. So that was nice. I attended the zoning and planning board meeting virtually last time, but so that was good. There are going to be more meetings as far as the logging or forestry language in the code, and then livestock, I believe, is coming through again. And then I think we're going to talk about tiny homes and modular or manufactured home law changes coming down the pike. So hopefully that will be good. And what else did I do? A lot of math.
Thank you. Tina?
Not much. Library had over 100 people come through during the Christmas celebration for getting books and stuff. They were very thankful. Everybody that came through and checked out got a book during the when Santa was around. They said that was a huge success for the library. This weekend is the 26th annual Friends cookie sale at 10 a.m. And they'll be closed. The library will be closed on the 24th, the 31st, and the 1st in observance of the holidays. And they just wanted to let everybody know that they are covering volunteers are covering the library while Sam is out because her husband did get in a really bad car accident and he's in ICU. And they're thanking everybody from the community that has come forward and did outreach and with the concerns and helping to help with volunteering and doing things as well. They really appreciate the community support that they've shown for Sam. And I'd also like to thank Louis and Parks and everybody in the community that supported the holiday festivities this past weekend. It was really nice. We saw a lot of people come through to see Santa. Louis and them made sure, John and Louis both made sure that the ball field was cleared off for the fireworks to be set up. We had a lot of volunteers come out to help. It was really nice. I'd like to thank everybody that was involved in that and came out and did that. It really showed some support for the town and it was nice. And that's all I have.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Tina. As a deputy supervisor, I could not have asked for anyone who was more helpful, more willing to step in to do the job for the past couple of years. And she was in charge. Well, she was MOD manager on duty on Friday. And so I appreciate the efforts that Tina has made in that respect. And you may have one more thing to do before the end of the year, but maybe not. I think I got the payroll dates wrong. But in any case, so I appreciate that very much. Tim, I'm going to suggest that we make a resolution that you set your organizational meeting at tonight's meeting.
Okay.
So that way it'll be regular meeting. And then when you're at your organizational meeting, you can pick your dates that you want after that. So we could do that. And then we could also, maybe if we take a few moments to think about when we want to pay the last sets of bills. You want to do it before Christmas, after Christmas? How do you like to do that?
I'm available, so anytime is okay with me.
Anybody not going to be around at all?
I won't be around before Christmas much, but I'll be available.
Okay,
Like that 29th would be a good day.
29th is a Monday. Could we say 4 o'clock?
I can do Tuesday. I work Mondays, but
Okay.
I don't have, I mean, I can not be here, but that would, let me just look at my
Is there,
calendar. I'm sorry.
would the 30th be a problem, Derek?
Can we do it earlier in the day? Is anybody available earlier in the day?
Oh, I am.
Always earlier.
Are you available?
I can come anytime.
Okay, so what time would you like?
Uh,
Oh, I
Could we-
can't come. Oh, yeah, I can. We're still in December.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
I don't know, would noon work for everyone or?
Sure. Well, I'm fine.
June on which day?
The 30th.
Yes, that's fine.
Just to pay the bills, so it should be quick.
Okay, thank you. So I'll make a resolution to first establish that the final meeting of the year will be December 30th at noon. The purpose of the meeting would be to just pay bills. So that's the first resolution. And a second, please.
Second.
Any further discussion? Any discussion? No? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Also, make a motion that the organizational meeting for the year 2026 will be held
January 2nd.
January 2nd. What
At
time?
6 p.m.
At 6 p.m. So that's the motion. May I have a second?
Second.
I made the motion. Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Friday,
Yes. December 30th. What day of the week is that?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay, thank you. My report is, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Wish everyone well. Wish everyone a healthy new year, good holidays. And I appreciate, like Darren said, I think the employees in this town are spectacular. And it's been a very great pleasure and honor to have worked with them and work in the town. And I appreciate it very much.
Don, just for the record, because I didn't really vote on it, I can't do the second, so I'm gonna vote no on that.
And that's it. I mean,
Can we discuss that, Tim, or are you set on that? Can we do like the 6th or no?
I don't know. I don't have a calendar in front of me. It's hard to.
There's one
Tuesday.
right behind you, Tim.
It's Tuesday the 6th.
Well, it's also dependent on the schedules of the incoming town board members, so I don't know if it's okay to include them in this discussion.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, we
They're
didn't
here.
include them on the 2nd.
What's
Well,
that?
they
We
did.
didn't really include them on the 2nd.
They were included. It's just you weren't.
Well, that's why I'm certainly open to adjusting.
Okay. Wait,
I
I'm just trying
want him to be here.
to make it so that it's kind of an awkward thing. You should set it the
Well,
year.
the Tuesday, that's,
The zoning and planning board
There's
meeting.
only me. How about Monday, John?
That's the,
No, I won't be back until Tuesday.
We need to make the planning board appointments at the organizational meeting. So it ought to be before the first planning board meeting.
Kick the
Are
can.
you gonna do that? First is the legal holiday.
Well, that's why we picked the second.
Why don't we, do the planning board meeting then on the 9th instead?
Because you, well, whatever, you guys could create your own schedule, make sure.
Yeah, it's the following Tuesday. So the first Tuesday, be the second Tuesday, I don't know if that's really good.
Well, that's when the board meeting actually is.
Oh.
The 9th is a Friday. Yeah, if you could do the planning board meeting later on in the week, that would work.
Or we could do our meeting at 4 on
Okay, we
the,
could just
before
ask
the
them-
planning
we can
meeting.
ask other people in the planning board. What's that? Dan?
We could still do the 6th, but we could just do it at 4 and then go right into the planning board meeting afterwards.
I'm not big on the 4 o'clock meetings because it's during the workday. And I like people to be able to attend if they want to. That's one of the reasons I've always had a little misgivings about the work sessions, but they predate me by a long time, so. I would say we should ask the planning board to move theirs to later in the week so we can, where is Randy? The 6th?
Fine with me.
The 6th at 6,
Thank you.
2006, 26.
All right, so we
Okay, so
restate,
you're no longer no, you're yes now.
Yes.
Should we redo the,
restate the resolution, please.
okay, the organizational meeting in 2026 will be held on, hopefully the planning board can reschedule, on Tuesday the 6th at 6 PM. The annual organizational meeting of the Wilmington Town Council.
So. Second? Marco,
Second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. So let's move on to new business and resolutions.
Paper. Stuff on TV. That one really needs to be done.
Can I go through my agenda? I
Okay,
got it right there.
okay, you just said you were gonna do it then.
Doing it, new resolutions and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign the following contracts. The 2026 SPCA, or did I get that wrong? Probably SPCA, oh, I got it right. SPCA dog control contract, the 2025-2026 municipal snow and ice agreements, and the 2026 Hyde Stone boiler servicing contract. I have a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign those contracts.
I will make that motion.
Tina, is there a second?
Sorry.
Darren, any discussion?
I did have a couple of questions. Are we going one by one or just whatever we want to talk about?
Just talk about it.
Okay. So what is the cost for the SPCA agreement?
$350 per dog.
But that's paid for by the person, isn't it?
Ultimately, if you get that way, but the municipality is legally responsible for taking care of all dogs within its jurisdiction that would happen to be caught. So
I'm
that,
just saying we don't have to budget for it, or do we have to budget for it?
it's sort of budgeted already. So the budget line shows two things. One is personal services and the other is the contract expense. And we typically use the contract expense to pay these guys. As I mentioned before, the county eventually will have New York State compliant dog shelters one of these days. Willsboro has purchased their own, and they have to have heating, they have to have cooling, they've got potable water and all that stuff. So eventually we'll probably have a cost sharing arrangement with Jay and Kane on what to do with where to put the dogs when we get them. We had one a few months ago where they got the dog. They put the dog in the village garage for the time being because it was the middle of the night because there was no place until they could transport the dog to the SPCA. So that kind of chaos. But in the meantime, North Country SPCA likes Wilmington and extends only a few of these contracts out to towns. And I heard at the county today, Minerva's going to try to go in and see if they'll get a contract. So if we approve this and I sign it and send it in, we beat Minerva to them. Those contracts. So that's the first one. Any other questions?
I see that the Hyde people were in the audit. Is there nobody that's, I mean, they're from Watertown. Do we have to pay them for their mileage and stuff to come here? Because it says hourly. Does that include their?
Aren't they nearby?
They're Plattsburgh.
Yeah, Pottsburg.
Okay.
They're Potsdam, Plattsburgh.
Okay, because their address is
Watertown.
Watertown. Okay, so they are local. Okay, great. Nope, that was my question on that one. And then the snow and ice, where is that number on our budget? What line would that be on our 2026 budget? Because I couldn't find that number that correlates to that.
So this is the supplemental agreement between Wilmington and the New York State Department of Transportation. I'm sorry to bother you about this.
Yep.
This is the snow and ice agreement that we typically prepare
Yep.
with the state. How does it work?
So they pay us to take care of their 18 miles of roads, and I think it's 213,000 on there. on
Yeah.
line item.
It's
Yeah.
under the services for other governments. Well,
Okay, hang on.
And then the county may be added in on that too. And they're 100,000 to take care of their roads, I think. And I think they're all added together.
Mhm.
And whatever we budget to.
It's because I assumed that it was under the snow removal.
it could be broke up into other things, but you gotta look under revenues.
No, I know that. I know. I was just trying to figure out where the money goes from that. So services from other governments, we're anticipating 275, but they're only giving us 213. That's what I assumed that number was, but
But like you said, we get some for the county roads.
that's not in. So
What's
you calculate that in? So this is just a portion just for,
Yeah, she adds it all in.
okay, great.
Yep.
So we,
But this, so I think we did a 5-year, was it a 5-year contract you guys signed last year? And that's probably the percent it's gonna go on up to a net contract. So this year it went up 13,000 from last year.
yeah, this goes through 2029.
Yeah.
So you just are going up for inflation?
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you for
Every year,
clarifying.
5%, yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. That's all I have.
Where are we at with the
Voting on the 3
voting? Okay, so questions are finished. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. All right, next is a resolution authorizing book and the budget in New York City conference for the Association of Towns on President's Weekend.
I'm sorry, do we have to do roll call for those contracts or no?
It's money coming, in. No,
No, we don't
yeah, it's money coming in, not putting out.
want to spending
I don't
anyway.
know. If you write it like that, you all said yes, it worked.
Two outputs, it's the SPCA is an output and the,
The only one we get, well, yeah, well, it's, okay. Roll call.
Tim,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Hooker,
yes,
Tina,
Yes.
Favor.
No. Why not? Fair enough, it carries.
There you go.
Okay. So next is the resolution to authorize and book the budgeted New York City conference for the Association of Towns on President's Weekend. Have a motion to make that resolution.
I'm in here.
Tim, make it.
Well, before we do that, what are we booking for? We're booking for the supervisor, Nicole, and myself is what I had indicated last month I'd like to see happen. Is that what we're voting on?
I think Hannah, Randy, I don't think anyone else wants to go.
Randy don't want to go,
Presidents, Wilmington.
Okay, so Supervisor Nicole and Aaron so far.
That's fine.
Okay.
So it's a resolution to authorize the supervisor, Nicole and Darren, to attend the budgeted the conference in New York City for the Association of Towns on President's Weekend of 2026, and to pay the same therefore.
Paid out of budgeted funds in the 2025 budget.
Paid out of budgeted, already budgeted fund. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, discussion.
I meant to ask Nicole today and I forgot to do it. Does anyone happen to know what the conference costs and what the hotel costs? Does anyone have to know
You should
that?
probably go look it up, but it's gonna take me 2 minutes to find it.
No,
It's in our
no.
Association of Towns books, but maybe Steve knows.
Nicole won't be needing a room because she'll be staying in my room, paid by 10K. Her cost will be a lot less.
Do you know offhand though what the conference costs?
The conference cost is like
That's what I thought.
$250 or $225. It's the rooms more expensive, yeah. And your train.
It's typically around $1,200 a person.
Any other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Tim,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
Faber.
Yes. Okay, so this one is a discussion about the Planning and Zoning Board of Appeals for expired and vacated positions and terms. Darren, I'd like you to maybe start off on that one. A little discussion first.
Yes, I did ask for this to be put on the agenda just because basically, I'll be very honest about it. Tim has made it very clear that even on the budget, he's going to be changing some things. And I feel like there's been much discussion about a couple of the members on there, including Chip and Jim Kelly, and I don't have a problem naming them. They are both ending at the end of this year. And I feel like if we don't act on it now, that we'll basically have all new boards with all new people, and all of the training and things that these people have went to is just going to be basically gone to waste. It's always been town practice to reappoint people if they've been a participating member and been a good member of that board, meaning they show up and they give input. So I feel like basically anybody that would be ending this year, including Jim, Pat, Chip, and Jim Grant, I'd like to see them reappointed. And then we also have a request from Carl Von Entris, which has been a previous board member, a volunteered member of the community in many ways. He's expressed interest to be a planning board member. So we always have a hard time finding people. I don't see a reason why any of those people would not be reappointed. So I'd like to see them reappointed before we basically pick them off the board and wasted all their input and training over the past few years.
Tim, would you like to be heard?
We absolutely should not vote on this. My understanding that to do so would be unlawful, and I want that on the minutes, please.
Can you state the basis for your legal conclusion?
My understanding, well, yes, it's completely illogical. Their term hasn't even expired, and we're reappointing someone whose term isn't up. It doesn't make any sense. How can we appoint them if they're already appointed? It's 2025, not 2026. Secondly, this is an attempt to usurp the authority of the incoming town board. The incoming town board should and will make these appointments at our annual organizational meeting. Third, I mean, there's so many reasons why this shouldn't be done. Third, Carl is not the only person who has applied. We did receive a formal letter from John Hensley long ago, well before Carl. I've also heard from 3 other people who are interested in
This
being on
time,
the planning
Carl's
board.
letter is the only one that we have on file.
No, we have John's in an email to Dawn that she forwarded to everybody, and I can pull it up.
That one was it.
It was this year. I can find it.
That's no problem. I have no problem with John either.
I do appreciate Darren's candor. He is being very candid about this. This is an attempt by the current board to cement control of the town's land use boards into the future. And it's improper, and I believe it's illegal.
I don't think it's an
Believe
attempt
there's
to,
law.
Hold on.
I-
It's my
Wait,
understanding.
wait, one at a time, please. Thank you. So, Don, please hold on for a second. Tim finished, Darren said something? You were the next, you were commenting at the same time.
I'm basically just saying that I don't think that I'm doing that at all. Many of these members were voted on by you, including Pat and Jim Grant. So it's not just people that are strictly, I'm trying to get, these are all members have been on the board, including Pat, which is the chairman on one of the boards, or has been recommended by you. So I don't think I'm doing that at all. I think I'm trying to simply keep a balanced board, and I don't understand why you wouldn't want to move forward with members that's been on these boards.
Laura,
Um,
let's mention it.
Well, the New York State Town Manual says the organizational meeting refers to a meeting held at the beginning of the year where generally the town board appoints officers. So that is where our appointments should be made. I
So
also,
those are not officers.
they're
Office
Appointment.
One at a time, one at a time.
Okay, I also reached out to the Department of State, Monica Ryan, who said that, let me find my paper, I'm sorry. One moment, please. I have a lot of papers here. I apologize.
I don't believe Jim's term is even up.
I think we only have two plus Randy.
Well, I have the sheet right in front of me that shows
Wow.
Jim Grant, 2026.
No, Jim,
Jim Kelly.
Nope, Jim Grant, 2025 to 2026.
We're talking about Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly, 2025 to 2026. Chip Grundon, 2025 to 2026.
I don't think that's right.
It's supposed to be.
it could be a mistake.
Well, I'm going by the information provided by the town of Wilmington.
I understand, but
I did it, I just copied it off something I already had in the computer. I
Well,
made a
that's
mistake.
what I would go off of.
Hang on, let me read it out off of my phone. I'm sorry. I can't, I have too many papers. Terms do not expire until the end of the year. Typically, those appointments are made in January with other annual appointments at the beginning of the year, and as the board's organizational meeting. That's from the Department of State.
It doesn't say it's illegal, it says typically.
I motion to table.
Second.
vote, roll call vote, please. There's no discussion on motions to the table.
Let me get the table down though first, please. Okay, Tim,
Yes.
yes, we're not,
He's agreeing that this should be tabled.
okay. Darren?
Oh.
Laura?
Motion, yes, motion to table.
Tina?
No.
Favor?
Yes, I'm gonna table it. This is, my reasons are, I sort of, understand that, it disappoints me to the extent that, people in the past have picked on their neighbors and other volunteers who sit on these boards and singled them out and decided that they weren't, worthy of sitting. I mean, there are comments on open board meetings here about, the character of some, at least one particular planning board member, and I think that's a deplorable thing to do. I could only say that I also discussed this with Dan Manning today a little bit. It's fuzzy. And the position is that town boards can and do decide to reappoint people at very strange periods of time. And so, but generally speaking, it's one of those things where they're continuing to serve now, and their term hasn't expired until the end of the year. So I'm gonna agree to table it. Thank you. All right. What the hell else have I got? Don, we have two resolutions that Don presented to us. And one is that the correction to the senior citizens tax scale that was we have to make because there's a. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, when I did the scale, I used $1. They want to use a penny. So I had to redo it. It doesn't actually change anything. It just switches from an even dollar amount to a single cent amount. If you understand what I mean. From being 00, it's 90 is what it is.
So essentially, this is a motion to correct the scale that had been previously approved in a higher resolution. So can we do that?
I'll make it.
And is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. So the next resolution is to reappoint. Here we go. So here we are at that fuzzy point. After I just said no, I'm going to table it. Don has requested a resolution to reappoint her as the Registrar of Vital Statistics for another term. And it would be further resolved to appoint Mary Carol Peck as the Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics. This term will begin as effective as all paperwork is filed and accepted by the state and county. Maybe you can explain why you want this done.
Because I have to send a paper in anyway saying I'm reappointed. That reappointment can happen anytime after the election is certified. And I'm switching from Nancy to Mary Carol because Mary Carol has the knowledge to put it, all of our death certificates and stuff. Nobody can touch those except for a registrar to start with. They're locked. Nobody gets to work with them. But Mary Carol, if she is the deputy registrar, can put them into a format so they're preserved no matter what. And they'll be easier to find if somebody's looking for something genealogy wise, which still has to come through the registrar's office, or a death certificate, birth certificate, marriage certificate, any of that. When they're put on the computer with a search thing on it, which I have no idea how to make things searchable, but she does, we'll be able to find everything easier. Part of the real old records are already on a USB drive and on hard drive things that look just like a whole bunch of pictures. Makes it much easier to go through, and you don't have to touch the old books. Because some of our books are so fragile, you don't want to be touching those all the time or getting them out. And that's why Mary Carol. But there is a class she's got to take on the computer before she can be appointed registrar, or before they acknowledge she's registrar, which means until she's acknowledged by the State Department, she can't touch any of that stuff. So that's the reason for that.
I'm going to make a motion to table this as well because it is part of our organizational
That's
meeting.
okay.
And I have no problem with it. I'm just saying, I think we should follow suit. It's in our template
Okay.
for organizational meeting.
Okay.
Is there a second to table?
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's table. Okay, next is, we can go this over quickly. I put this on the agenda based on an email discussion about town policy regarding health insurance buyouts. My recommendation is that the town contract with a consultant who is the one used by Keene and Jay to redo its employee handbook to catch these kinds of inconsistencies. So the question is, employees have, if you have health insurance from another provider and you're offered the benefit the health insurance, there's a buyout provision if provided you show them suitable proof of insurance. The question came up about elected officials. And in Keene, for example, elected officials also get the benefit of, if they're offered a benefit of health insurance, other members who are elected officials can do a buyout under the same conditions as the employees do. We don't really have anything like that sitting in Wilmington. It's a budget problem too. I mean, not budget problem, but it's a budget issue. It hasn't been budgeted this year. We haven't really ever thought about it. And so my suggestion is go ahead, get somebody to redo that. And that board can decide whether they want to offer it or not, because it's $4,000 each person who does a buyout.
No.
What's that?
2,500.
No, but it's 4,000 in Keene, and it's 4,000 at the county. So those things go up too as it goes along. So that's just my suggestion.
Since I'm the one who put this out there, I looked into some other, since my original email, I was shocked that the town offers town insurance to town board members. And I looked around to see, I checked with neighboring towns. And so Jay, I checked with Matt Stanley. He said full-time employees are the only elected officials that fit the requirement for health insurance in the town of Jay. So they don't offer it to their town counselors. For Lake Placid, or excuse me, the town of North Elba, town counselors are not eligible for town insurance as they are considered part-time employees. And then I have from somebody else from Harriet's town that also says they have, Jordana Malik said that the town board members are not able to utilize health insurance through the town. They can use vision and dental, but it's a 70-30 split. So I don't know. I mean, I was just looking into it to see if it was a better for my family than, because I didn't even know it was an option that town councilors could get health insurance. And I thought it was crazy that we would be able to get health insurance. And then I looked at a neighboring town. So I don't know. I think it's it's $9,000, $4,500 a year.
Yeah, you don't have to offer it. But if you offer it, that's the way it should be done. So
It is also offered at a discounted rate compared to full-time employees, which is the board members. And this was something that Jeannie did when she was back here. So this was not done anything recent. This was done in like 2001, that it's offered at 50% of the cost versus a full-time employee. The town picks up 87% of their health insurance.
all right.
I have two thoughts, really. This was a long time ago. I think I vaguely remember that this was done long ago to make an additional perk to attract people to run for office. Yes.
When they got health insurance, the whole thing, then they had to change it and they went to the split. Used to be the town paid the whole health insurance for the council.
Good luck with that.
But yeah, so that was,
Well, insurance wasn't nearly as high.
that's the thing.
And then when insurance started going up, they switched it so it was the 50-50 split.
So
Or
what I
60-40, whatever it was.
want to say is that logic, that rationale for offering the insurance to elected officials, at least as far as the town board is concerned, that logic, that rationale doesn't hold up in 2025. The other thing is, I do think that this is an expense that we should look to cut. And then if we want to keep it, it's not the end of the world, but maybe instead of 50-50, maybe the town board member can pay 100% or 90%. They're still getting probably cheaper insurance than they would get it if they had to pay for it as an individual, but it wouldn't be falling on the taxpayers as much. Because the way it is now, we essentially have one town board member who's making twice as much as the other 3 town board members.
Okay, discussion's over. You guys can talk about this next year. Next thing is John Hensley. Hey, John, thank you. We're gonna turn you on. Will talk to us about the ski program. Hey, John.
Hey, I was had a chance to speak with Amy briefly on a random conversation, and she said that she was busy with hockey. And then on an email she sent out, I sent you, Favor, an email and the board requesting if I would like to help out to get the ski program up and running. Is something our kids love, and I know that there's several other kids in the town of Wilmington that enjoy it also. And then that was on December 2nd that I sent the email out.
Ooh.
And December 4th, Amy wrote back that she would help organize it, but she needed help with what she call it? A lodge attendant and someone to help coordinate with the chaperones. And I believe Pat Winch, who is, I believe, is present, said that she would volunteer to do the lodge attendant, and I said that I would volunteer to help Amy with coordinating the chaperones. I think Amy an amazing job. I think she's got a good grasp on the program, and anything that I can do to help the ski program, I would gladly help.
Okay. I was sort of thinking that maybe Amy was going to teach you so you could take this over in the future. Is that something you envisioned?
I told Amy that I would do whatever she needed me to do. If she's looking at eventually moving on, I would help with that. But according to their email, I'm looking at it briefly, is that she says that she's going to help get this running, and I would love to do whatever she would like to do. Is Amy present? Is Amy there?
No.
Oh, okay. If you'd like, I could reach out to her in the meantime, but I know that the program, she said she's going to help get it going, so I assume she's going to put out a Facebook page. She asked if you could put a Facebook page notice on the town board or the town website or Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she was going to send out an email, and she's going to get people to sign up. Last time we did it, it was at the youth committee building, and everybody signed up then. So I haven't seen an email yet regarding that meeting, but according to the Whiteface, that the submission's got to be in by January 1st because the program starts on January 11th.
Okay. So I think what's going to happen is we'll try to coordinate, at least get the notice out on our Facebook page.
Yep.
And then I will talk to the office about how I know over the years there's a certain people inside our office already have long experience with the ski program, so I will defer to them on if they follow a routine that they used to have, and I will follow up with them when I see them next.
Okay.
Darren's got the question first. Go ahead, Darren. Thanks.
I see no reason that we can't tell John he's more than welcome to help, whether we have to do a resolution on this. This is the same problem that we've had with the summer youth program. We wait and wait and wait, and then all of a sudden, by the time we get all the organization done, we've missed the deadline or something's happened. So John's willing. I mean, Pat's here. She can answer for herself if she's willing. But if these people are willing to step forward, then I have no problem making a resolution to accept their help.
Thank you. Tim?
I know that prior to Amy and the youth committee basically running this program, and as Amy has expressed to me, it is a lot of work, and probably a lot of work, more work than people think. And she has she opens the parks building for people to come sign up, and then of course there are people who don't come and are contacting her in the following weeks and it's a lot of emailing, it's a lot of coordinating. Prior to Amy doing it, it was Roy who did it, right? And then prior to Roy, who did it? Was it Randy who did it?
I think so.
It was run by the town supervisor
Yeah.
prior to that. And then probably prior to that, it was probably run by when we had a parks, or when we had a youth building employee, right? That was probably the person who's.
Yeah, she did the, yeah, so it was the person.
Teresa did it for a few years.
Yeah, Teresa did it for a few years.
Yeah, so I was just kind of, just curious I was curious for my own knowledge, and also just making sure that this has always been a town expense going back decades. Going back. Yeah.
I have a question or a statement. John, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I reached out to Lauren Garfield, and then she got me in contact with Lauren Barnes and Brian Schwartz at Whiteface for their programming, because I wanted some more information, like if the waivers and things. Because everything falls on Amy, but I don't know how much of the town board. So I'm happy to help you also on a town board side of things. Okay.
I think the biggest thing we need is just to schedule a meeting to have everybody come and start doing the paperwork to sign up, so we know how many people want to participate. And the town or the Whiteface will give a free chaperone pass for every kid you sign up. So if we get, and they'll round up. So if we get 15 kids signed up, they'll give us 2 chaperone passes for free.
And it's only on the days that the programming is there. That's the.
Correct. On the Sunday, starting on the 11th. There's 7 Sundays from the 11th on.
And there is a component where they do offer lessons until 11 o'clock, and it's pretty structured. If you're not capable of going on to the real mountain, you're basically kept on, I guess, Bear Den. And Pat, I'm sure, can fill you in about that to a great extent, because Pat has volunteered to be the lodge attendant for the past 2 years.
Can I just ask a question? I actually work at Whiteface. I'm the instructor, so I do a lot of the Sunday programming. So we typically, I think it's 9:30 that we go off at 9:30 to 11, an hour and a half, and then the kids can go off and do whatever they want. So it's actually a wonderful program, and I'm there almost every Sunday. So if I can help in any way, I will. It's just I don't know if I'm teaching a group or, because we got late classes, we got all the schools that come in, and I'm thrilled that you guys want to do something like this. So, even if it's a small group, it's really valuable for these kids. They love it.
It's their mountain.
It's their mountain. Yeah.
Do you do some of the lessons then?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the group?
Yeah.
Is it done through the schools, or is it done through the towns? Like, does Black Brook do it, or does Jay do it, or is it the Ausable Valley?
Yeah,
Black Brook
some
and
of
Jay
them
do
are
it together.
combined.
Okay. Chesterfield.
I think what I know is like late classes school, so I'm hearing more schools, but it could be town programs because that's, very affordable, but they must supplement it somehow. I don't know, maybe they don't, because it's very affordable for the kids, I know. I don't get into a lot, just show up and teach. I don't get into the money stuff.
I agree with Darren that we should definitely gratefully accept John and Pat and Amy's help, and because I don't really want to be arranging this next year, so if other people would like to do it, I would love that.
So, do we need to do a resolution for that? Why not?
A resolution.
Yeah. So resolution, thanking John, Pat, and Amy for volunteering, and we'll agree to cooperate with them for this 2025-2026 youth ski program. I think that's the resolution. Is there a second?
I'll make it.
All in favor? Aye. Carried. All right. Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Thanks for zooming in.
Yeah.
That may be one of the few times that we actually got that to show like that. We could have a guess, maybe. So finally, we have the authorizing of the bill payment resolution. We don't have any other budget line transfers or anything like that. So Can I have a motion to accept and authorize those bills get paid?
Make it.
Is there a second?
Second,
Thank you. All in favor?
I just have one question, since we have a postal person here. This fee renewal thing for the town, it's got the marketing mail and pre-sorted. Is that for the whole, like we can do unlimited mailings, or how does that work?
You can answer that part.
Unlimited mailing for,
Everybody like the historical society, the
Fire department.
Yeah, they all come to Nicole and they go.
okay,
So
Unlimited.
basically, that license, we were, Dave Lawrence figured out where we were at in terms of, so he got back to Nicole. We didn't do it in the summertime, which is something I guess got dropped. So we did that quickly at the end because it was holding up part 2 of the fire department.
it's a great deal.
So unlimited town mail.
Well,
Both meals, yeah.
Okay.
oh. So all in favor, please. Aye. Opposed? All right, public comment. Hang in there, everybody. Thank you. What? Oh, I forgot that one. Sorry. Okay, this is a biggie. All right, so this is a resolution to prepay. Each year we end up paying the New York State and local retirement system our contribution towards the employees' retirement fund. We typically do it before the end of this year. We've budgeted for it. So we need a resolution to authorize a prepayment of $115,668 to the New York State and local retirement system. The actual payment is due February 1st, but that'll add an extra $1,000 on top of that. So it's been our historical practice to prepay it in the month of December. This is due December 15th. So if you authorize this now, we can get the check to them promptly.
It's a resolution.
And thank you for bringing this up. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Yes.
Jaren,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes,
Tina. Yes. Favor?
Yes. Thank you, public comment, sorry. Yes.
I just wanted to make note, somebody had mentioned, Heat earlier being open. The Office of Temporary Disability Assistance also has, it's called the HERD program this year, which is heat assistance for repair and maintenance on your heating systems if you're over the age of 60 and so
Can you repeat that, please?
Sure, it's the HERR, H-E-R-R program. It's the, it's sent out today. It's the heating equipment repair and replacement program for homeowners over the age of 60. You still apply for heat like you would, and all the financial requirements are the same, but it's for people who live in their primary residence over the age of 60.
Thank you.
Very good. All right, motion to adjourn. Close the meeting.
One more thing before I walk forward. Just a reminder, information's already came out from the Department of Health and everybody about the youth commission programs. About the applications that are for summer programs. All the information's already being sent out.
to who?
To who? People that have had programs, youth commission programs and stuff. So
Summer
applications
camps,
and stuff.
any of that stuff has been already sent out by Kristen and Saranac, because I already got it from my camp.
Does anyone at this town receive it?
I don't know. I'm
No.
just getting the information out there that it's already, it's that time of year.
And it's very early this year, because we don't normally get it
It's
until
still
February.
We always get ours in January, February.
You know the deadline to finish it?
I know it takes a long time to do that. You're gonna send them information, they're gonna send it back asking more, they're gonna send.
You have to, your deadline is, once you get your application, your deadline is like 6 weeks from the date of your application.
You get it.
So you need to get it started. I've already started mine, so.
Cool. Dawn, when you talk about old books, how old? Old books that are fragile,
Oh, yeah, some of the stuff down there's 1800.
Yeah.
There's
And-
real old stuff down there.
And
Some of the
that,
very old has already been put on, like I said, the USBs and CDs.
but there's still stuff that's
There's
100
stuff-
years old that
oh,
hasn't
yeah,
been.
That hasn't been, yeah. Plus the newer stuff doesn't take that long, and that's the old stuff,
Right.
you know, so.
Can they go to the historical?
And she's wanting to do this, that job's not paid, so she's wanting to do this for us, for the town for nothing.
You know, she has asked to be paid as the town historian, and I've said more than once that I wouldn't mind paying her $1,000 or $2,000 just as an honorary thing, because she does, why wouldn't we? I think she does, especially if she's doing all of this. So something to think about for January.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Thank you, everyone.